Hello everyone, here is a different look from what you're used to seeing, right? My husband found this desk and purchased it for my little office area, and this half is kind of divided into two. So we have, let me show you what it looks like. It's an Ethan Allen, and he found it at the thrift store. And as of right now, I'm just kind of playing around and setting it up for my little office area. But anyway, I also have some YouTube going on here, so let me just kind of leave that. Anyway, what I've been trying to get at, we just, because it's divided, he can have one half and I can have one half, but as this is my office area, we're closing up the year 2021. How is this even possible? I feel like this year just started. And in so doing, I'm kind of going over my kind of household management notebook. This is what I picked up for 2020, and it just has a ton of just household things in here, ranging from most of our budgets, all the budget with me videos are from this notebook. Lots of menu plans, complete with like grocery lists and freezer preps and all of these things. When I was trying to come up with different like ways to come up with money. Anyway, all of that is kept in this notebook, and I have like 2 pages left. And so while I was at Walmart this past week, I picked up another one. This one was on sale for 50 cents. I loved this color. This is a great time to pick up notebooks like these. This isn't my idea. Typically, I would try to come up with something very elaborate, something very complicated. That's just my personality. I'm very visual, so if I see something that somebody's doing on YouTube, I tend to do the same because it's visual. I kind of know how to make it work for me, and so on and so forth. Do you need anything? So this tip was actually something I picked up from I don't even think she's the minimalist mom, Stephanie, over on Instagram. I don't even think she's the minimalist mom anymore, but you guys know my minimalist journey. It's taken a long time, and being very visual, she just showed how she kept everything in a notebook, even down to like the book she was reading for the year. The books definitely need something completely different, but all in all, I'm getting ready to create my household management binder for the year 2021 using these simple notebooks. Again, just seeing something that somebody has done kind of makes it attainable in my mind on how it could work for me. And then again, just tweaking it like I knew with the books. I did try that it doesn't work for me. It's not, you know, something that my family depends upon. So if something were to happen to me, they really don't care what books I have been reading. So that is how I have tried to make these notebooks work, so that, again, if something were to happen to me, the information in here is useful for my family, kids, and whatnot. So we are getting ready for the year 2022. And I'm going to be setting up my binder. I won't be sharing with you everything that is in here. There's just going to be some personal things. But like the budgets with me and things like that, I've done plenty of videos on those, and you can see them in below. But I am going to start off with page 1, and you will not see this once it's complete. But it's just going to have kind of important numbers and things to have on hand if, again, it is needed. So if you want to create one like this, go pick up a notebook. Seriously, just seeing, not just seeing a notebook, but seeing how in her story she kind of goes back to it and shares how it's been used throughout the year. That to me was super helpful. And that's why I'm making this video. I know that she's not doing YouTube videos anymore. Kind of unfortunate. Her videos were very helpful for me. Hint, hint, I know you're watching this at some point. Anyway, I have a lot of friends that are just like, yeah, no, YouTube. And I'm like, ah! Anyway, don't we all need those kind of people in our lives? So, first of all, come up with something. Okay, you don't have to use a Walmart. If you're the kind of person that wants the good quality paper, you want this to last several years, then invest in something. I just liked this little 50 cent, and golly, I honestly, here's the thing. If it was a black notebook or the green notebooks that we all had as kids kind of growing up for our math, Saxon math, anybody recognize that? I honestly won't be inspired to use it. I like pretty, I like visually aesthetic pleasing things, so I'm really thankful that Walmart has upped their game. And as somebody that loves pansies so much, that just looks like a pansy to me. Doesn't it? Tell me I'm not crazy. So that's what I'm going to do. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to set up a list of numbers, quick reference, and then I will get back to you and talk about another section. Okay. Several hours later, as in 3.5. A lot of it is just due to different things I'm doing. So I'm still working on this, and it took, I'll show you in a minute. Okay, so first page is just handy phone numbers. Let's see, that's what I have. Just some handy phone numbers. And, hi daughter. I just want this in here right off the bat. Anybody can access it if they need it, and so on and so forth. This page is blank. I have something in mind for this, mainly any future dates that I need to put on calendars. I'll probably put in here. Like right now, I know that I have like dental cleaning in 2022. I have certain appointments in 2022, tax appointments that have already been set up. I'm thinking I'd like to get that put in here, but I'm just leaving it blank for now. Then I have, just to kind of start keeping track of this, one thing that I really want to change in our home management realm this year is just keeping better records of what we spend, what comes in, and all of that stuff. So grocery spending in 2022, I'm probably even going to divide this up maybe into like 3 columns, just because I don't necessarily just shop once a week or shop once every 2 weeks or shop once a month. There's like little trips in between. Maybe my husband will pick up something from the home or from the store and bring it home and things like that. So I really just want to start keeping better records and making it more accurate. I also have credit card spending in 2022. You will have not, I haven't even filmed the video that I want to kind of go over, but one thing that I noticed this past year was just how much I used the credit card without knowing it for little things like that, and how quickly that added up. And again, just not keeping track of it really hurt us in the long run. I'm also going to do a spending month by month, and this isn't just things like groceries, but it's like everything. Okay, utility bills, groceries, and just trying to keep track of everything that we have spent. It's just, I'm not very good at that. Even things like, oh, I went to the thrift store and spent $5 today. Oh, I went and did coffee. Just trying to save all those receipts, trying to keep track and keeping it. And I probably should have done 2 pages for that. But if I need to, I can put something in here and paper clip it. Just keeping, again, just really, really trying to be more intentional about that. This is what took me the longest to figure out, and you can see I've already got some scribbles on it. But I went through 2021's notebook here, and I pulled out every single month what we budgeted for mortgage and electricity and gas and insurance and internet and phones and all this kind of stuff. I went through and I added it all up, and then I put that amount on this side, and then I divided it by 12 months, and then I put it on this side. And so that's another reason why I want to keep track back here. Blech. That's why I want to keep track of our spending month by month, just so I can follow through with all of that. Hold on. Then what I did was, just after I kind of figured out, and I try to put everything down here. Let me talk a little bit about that, but let's kind of go over this. So after I added up every single month, I wrote down the complete total, and that's just adding all of the 12 months up. And so this is what our annual basic cost is. And then I tried to find our 2020 tax folder. I know it's here somewhere. My husband keeps meticulous records. Anything that he has ever purchased in his 50 years of life has a folder, but I can't find it. So I texted him and asked him what he thought our 2020 income, or his 2020 income was, and he said 30,000. And then I was like, well, is that before or after taxes? That is before, and that is a basic general number. So he said it was before taxes. So what I just did was I used my handy dandy Google, and I said, if you make what is the cost of taxes if you make $30,000 in the state of Indiana? If you make $30,000 a year living in the region of Indiana, USA, you will be taxed approximately $5,159. That means your net pay will be $24,841 a year, or $2,070 a month. Your average tax rate, your marginal tax rate, and then it gives a percentage on those. I need to study what that means. So that is things like your income tax, your state tax. There's a couple other things that you pay into. You pay into Social Security, and you pay into workman's comp. So there's two other things that his paycheck stubs take out every week. So I'm going to assume that he probably makes between $20,000 and $24,000. That would be my assumption every year. Okay, so $20,000 to $24,000, and we have a projected of $28,290 just for basic needs. So basic is mortgage, electric, gas, insurance, internet, phones. My daughter has a cell phone, so we pay for that every month, and I'll talk about that in just a second. Property tax, wash, trash, and sewer. We sponsor a kid through Compassionate Ministries, piano lessons, gas for the car, groceries, birthdays, Christmas, and our annual vacation. It's a convention trip. Okay, I want to kind of go over these categories just for a little bit. So the phone is $300 a year, and I did calculate that into this, but actually we only pay $120 for it every year for her service, because it is $25 a month, and she is required to maintain the cell phone. She is required to give us $15 of it. So it's kind of her first bill, if you will, of the cell phone. One of the reasons she got this cell phone is because as a babysitter, we wanted her to have a way to communicate with others. Well, she's going to be earning money as a babysitter and using this phone, then we wanted her to pay for it. However, because it's not exclusively for her work, I want to be able to contact her if I need her to babysit my kids. Then that's why we come in and we help pay for that. And there's going to be another video on the Gab phone later, and why we chose that one and all that. So you can just stay tuned for that. Okay, piano lessons is something that my husband and I both feel very strongly about. So that is not something that we're just going to mess with. Okay, so groceries and household items, I have $700 a month And this one was really difficult because just with a rough, very rough average on what I could figure out, we spend probably between $800 and $1,000 ish. And a lot of that just has to do with like household, or maybe we make some online purchases that then again will attribute to that. Things like eating out, just all these different things, coffee and all that. And what I could gather with what limited knowledge, again, I didn't keep meticulous records. This is why I want to do this. I'm guessing between $800 and $1,000 a month, which kind of makes sense why we've been struggling so much if that's the case. There's so many flies right now and they're driving me crazy. But how I came up with $700, all I did was I budgeted $100 for each of us every month. The idea here moving forward is to create a very simple basic menu, and with that $700 a month, that it does include things like our paper towels, our toilet paper, our shampoo, our laundry, and try it for a year to just stick with this budget and do the best we can. The hardest thing about this budget is actually this includes groceries and household. So that means things like clothing or any other thing we might need. So that's going to really push me into evaluating before I buy something. Okay, so twice a year we have dental cleanings, and how our state sets up this program that we're in. What is it called? Like state medical help. We also have dental with it. And when we get cleanings twice a year, the kids kind of get like an incentive. And so what it is we have these special debit cards, and it's $20 is loaded onto it. So $40 a year per kid is loaded on when they go for their twice annual cleanings. And what we typically do with that money when we get it is just kind of purchase things like socks and underwear and highlighters and new pencils and things that we don't typically buy on a consistent basis. If somebody needs a pair of shoes, we'll do that. You know, things like that. That's typically what that money is used for. Again, this is a basic budget. I'm hoping this will work. We'll kind of assess it in probably a couple months, and just, I expect the first month to be a little difficult. I expect the second month to be a little difficult. January is always, just because after a crazy, holiday time, you have January with almost like 5 weeks in between. And so just money-wise, it can be difficult. But again, something that I really haven't done before, because it's just been kind of lumped into groceries and household, is having a separate birthday budget. And I've just decided to try to do that this year. And that is what I figured out was $75 per person. And there's 7 of us here in the family. This is a voiceover, but I just wanted to say that it is a little bit extra than what I would normally budget, but this will also help us purchasing other birthday gifts for other people throughout the year, and just kind of make it a little manageable. Like, my husband and I do not need $75, but that'll help give us a little bit extra cushion. But I have birthdays, so $75 for 7 people, that's $315, and then I divided that into 12 months, so each month we would save about $26.25 for that. I did budget $500 for Christmas, and that includes so many things. It includes those last minute, we need to make a Christmas dessert for this church event that we're going to. We've been invited to this Christmas party. Everybody needs to bring a white elephant gift, and I'm the kind of person, I do not like trash white elephant gifts. I just don't like it. If we can find something to remake, I'll be the person that brings a casserole for your freezer. I can do something like that. But I have seen some really trashy things that really just should be in the trash at these things, and I don't like it. There is nothing beautiful about it. There's nothing pleasant. And as a person that gives gifts, I just really, like, there's no love in it. You know, it's just something to pull out. And that to me is like, why bother? That's probably why I don't like the white elephant gift, if you're just gonna do that. Okay, off my soapbox. Last category that I have planned here, and I'll just put like a little note of some other things I thought of, is our annual convention for our church, vacation, whatever. There is $1,200 in there. I don't know realistically how much it would cost. I want to say that's about what we spent this last time with limited planning, limited whatever, and I kind of want to be better about that. Okay, so that's kind of what this next part of my management binder looks like, and like I said, that kind of took me several hours to figure out. Just adding everything up that I could find and trying to figure out a realistic budget. To be honest, I don't know how realistic $700 a month is going to be for groceries and household, but I would like to think that it's possible. So we'll see. And then on the next page of that, I just have 2022. Can you believe we're going to be in 2022? I have 2022 needs to purchase. So if somebody needs pants or somebody needs shoes, somebody needs whatever, I'm just going to start a running list. Things to kind of keep an eye out for at the thrift store. Things to, you know, maybe have a garage sale so we have the money to buy them. Things like that. That's kind of what I'm going to do. And then the next 12 pages will be what we've actually spent each month. So I had, or I'm sorry, tracking all of our expenditures. So up here we have, back here to show you how differently this is, spending month by month. So again, January utilities, total amount, January groceries, total amount, and then all that kind of stuff. But before I can do all of that, I need to keep, you know, more specific records that I can add all up. And so that's what each page is going to have. And then you can kind of just, for me, I'm thinking then I can kind of assess what realistically I'm spending, how much, and all of that. That's what's going on in my head. And as of right now, that's pretty much all I have in here. There's a couple other things that I really want to put in here, and that mainly has to do with the gardening and the cost of stuff. Like we do have a bunny, and we do want to get another one. So I kind of want a page of rabbit expenditures, like what we have put out and spent and things like that. So that's a couple other things I want to do, what we spent in seeds and gardening supplies and all of that. But that's not done yet. This is just a basic overview of what this looks like right now. Maybe in a few months I can do an updated video of what it now, or what it will look like at that point after being used and tweaked and all of that. So, to be edited in a little bit later as I'm kind of reflecting on different things. I just thought, I was putting my credit card away and I was like, I wonder if I could just cancel it. And I'm like, yeah, but then I gotta undo all the things that are connected to my credit card, which then made me think, I've got other expenses on here. Things like Amazon Prime. I pay for Amazon Prime. It is kind of our video subscription service as well, because if we have Prime, we can use our videos. So I have that. I also have my website costs connected to that. So there's a couple other things that I do need to add up that we have expenditures for. So don't forget all those little details, ladies. So I hope this is helpful. Again, 50 cents at Walmart. I think this was $1 last year. That's the other thing I do want to put in here. I meant to do it before so I could show you. But I'm going to have 30 simple dinners, 30 simple lunches, and 30 simple breakfasts. And to be honest, I don't need 30. Usually, you know, a 2-week rotation for winter and summer is pretty good. So I'm kind of thinking there'll be some like soups that I won't be eating in the summertime, but I'll be needing in the wintertime. So that's my idea with the 30. And then simple, budget friendly, and things like that. I am going to be going on a diet. I know that word everybody hates, but my weight is getting just out of control, and those are kind of more expensive things. So if I can keep things a little simple for the kids for a year or two, so I can kind of focus on my health, so that I can just be in better shape for them. That's another thing that I really want to work on and keep track of. So I hope this video is helpful for you for this week's Money Management Monday, getting your household in order, getting your finances in order. Again, I like the visual step-by-step things. I, by nature and my heart, am a very organized person. It just comes out chaotically with everyday life and things that just aren't in my control. So I'm trying to just slowly do the things that I know that I have done in the past that have worked for me, and learn to tweak them with just a little bit larger family. I don't do well with being thrown for a loop, I think is what the expression is. And just having a larger family and having more things to think about, and not being able to use my old systems, I think really just threw me for a loop. And so I'm hoping that, getting back into these good habits that I had once had, will help our family to kind of go a little bit more smoothly. Okay, that's going to be it for this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I will catch you next time with a brand new video. If you're new to my channel, please subscribe. I would love to see or to share more of this kind of videos with you, and I share different hauls and just trying to live minimally, simply, and frugally. So thank you so much for stopping by the Sodbuster Homestead, and I will see you next time. Bye.